A framework has been drawn up to boost the architecture industry. It includes a tool to calculate the cost of services as well as on timelines. And the Singapore Institute of Architects says that the Value Articulation Framework, as it's called, was conceived to address issues such as brain drain and low wages. It's hoped that this will also eradicate what's called fee diving. That's where firms quote well below market rates for those tenders. This was announced at the 18th Singapore Archifest. The Institute says that firms today are doing almost double the work compared to 20 years ago, but they are now pricing their fees 3 to 4 times less. The framework will be constantly updated with changes in the industry.
We must do more to collectively enhance the value proposition of the architectural profession to attract and retain talent. Firms and business leaders need to continually invest effort and resources to provide professional development opportunities and progressive workspaces or workplaces for employees to thrive.
In a first, the Public Housing Authority is calling for design ideas from the architectural community for the upgrading of Bukit Merah Town Centre. The HDB is partnering the Singapore Institute of Architects to organise this competition, which runs for 2 months. The town centre will be refreshed as part of plans to rejuvenate Bukit Merah under the HDB's Remaking Our Heartland programme. The competition aims to canvass ideas from professionals and students in the architectural and design sector. The winning team will receive 15,000 Singapore dollars. 2 runners-up will also pocket $5,000 each. For more, we speak now with Melvin Tan. He's president of the Singapore Institute of Architects, and he joins us live now on Zoom. Good evening, Mr. Tan. In a survey, only 7 in 100 architecture graduates are saying that they will stay in the profession for the long haul. How do you hope to improve the image of the architecture profession and provide perhaps more motivation for architecture professionals to actually stay to build up the industry?
Hi, Dawn. Thank you for that question. So that survey and that statistic was something that happened 2 years ago. But since then, Singapore Institute of Architects has been pushing many initiatives to improve the perception and the impression of the profession. Some of these initiatives we've taken are to celebrate young architects and a new generation who are doing great work. We also have design awards that celebrate some of these architects who are doing fantastic work. But also very important is to ensure that the young architects are getting paid well. They're being paid commensurate with a few other industries. And these are some of the things we're continuing to push as an institute.
Right, there's something called Blueprint, right, which I'd like you to explain briefly to us as well. But what are some of the most important issues and challenges for the architectural profession that Blueprint will actually address?
So the issues that we face are somewhat complex. However, one of the main issues that we also face is the fact that without commensurate fees, a lot of work is being done by the architects, perhaps scope creep, things that add on to the project without us even being able to charge fees for, are happening in the industry. And Blueprint is basically a articulated framework that spells out the scope of work that a typical architect will undertake for a project. The idea is that both practitioners, meaning the architects and engineers, as well as the clients, are able to have perhaps a transparent set of scope where any changes to that can be attributed to fees. And I think that's one of the things that we're trying to address with Blueprint, our Value Articulation Framework.
On that point, Mr. Tan, one of the key challenges seems to be able to articulate, as you were saying, more clearly perhaps the value that architects actually bring to the built environment. Why do we have this problem in the first place?
Well, the work of an architect goes beyond just designing how beautiful a building is. The work we do is not just design, but also takes on statutory requirements and a whole complex amount of work and liabilities. So over the years, as the built environment becomes more complex and the requirements of an architect are also more in-depth, the amount of work actually is continually added without anyone really putting together clearly what they are in totality. And the building environment also requires us to comply with codes from easily 10 to 20 different departments. So now each department has a certain code. All of them then add up to the type of work and the amount of work we do. And therefore, SIA has felt that the initiative to articulate the work, the codes, the requirements, and the time, that would help our members understand the work that they're doing.
Right. Mr. Tan, what I hear you say is that you want to be able to raise the profile and understanding of the value of architects in exactly what they do, that to sort of understand with more nuance, perhaps, the complex nature of the work that they do. How far does collaboration with community initiatives like the one with HDB on the Bukit Merah design actually achieve that goal?
So something like the HDB ideas competition is helpful because it's not just the community, the architectural community, that is aware of such an exercise. The people and the residents around Bukit Merah also now have visibility of something that's going to happen to the area where they live, work, and play. Now, by having such initiatives like the ideas competition, we believe that residents and people and the man on the street can appreciate the value and the inputs that a designer can bring to create comfort, to create habitats which are well poised for comfort and living. And so such activities are really do go a long way to ensure that more people understand the value that an architect and designers can bring.
Mr. Tan, thank you for your perspectives there. We've been speaking with Melvin Tan, President of the Singapore Institute of Architects. Thank you.